Good afternoon. Fade to Black breaking news for this Tuesday, December 12th, 2023. This is all of the news that you need. I am Jimmy Church. Help support the show. You know what to do. Get your Fade to Black T-shirts. The links are below. Everything is signed. Everything includes shipping. 2 shirts, 2 ways to get them. The links are below. All right, let's get straight to it. On this day in history, 1977, Saturday Night Fever, starring John Travolta, had its world premiere. The world changed that day, seriously, and disco was canceled 3 years later by the Grammys. Wow. Yeah, I'll leave that right there. Fader fact. In 2012, in Quebec, Canada, thieves stole over $28 million worth of maple syrup from a warehouse, upsetting the syrup economy around the world. The heist was so significant that one of the perpetrators faced a fine of $9.4 million and an 8-year jail sentence for stealing 3,000 tons of syrup. And that is your Fader fact. Let's get to the breaking news. Lots of breaking news today. Starting off with SETI. That's right. The search for extraterrestrial intelligence. SETI and Breakthrough Listen are now searching for alien life at previously unexplored frequencies. SETI makes the assumption that extraterrestrial civilizations might rely on technology in a similar way to people on Earth, such as, using cell phones, satellites, radio signals, or radar. Previous technosignature surveys have included only the radio frequency band of... Okay. I just had a weird message pop up right in the middle of everything. Previous techno-signature surveys have included only radio frequency bands above 600 megahertz, leaving lower frequencies virtually unexplored. But everyday communication services such as air traffic control, marine emergency broadcasting, and FM radio stations all emit this type of low-frequency radiation on Earth. There are many ways forward for techno-signature searches at low frequencies. Low-FAR observations will increase by a factor of 10 over the course of the coming year. The collected data is also used for investigated astronomical objects such as pulsars, fast radio bursts, and radio exoplanets, and much more. Finally, SETI gets it. I'll keep you posted. A SpaceX Falcon Heavy rocket is poised to launch the super secret X-37B space plane for the United States Space Force tomorrow after several delays. And you can watch it, if they don't block it, live. Liftoff of the Falcon Heavy is scheduled to occur from Launch Complex 39A at NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida during a window that opens at 8:13 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow night. As expected, SpaceX streams the liftoff. Maybe you'll be able to watch it live. Every secret X-37B mission has been longer than the last, with its most recent lasting 908 days. That mission, called OTV-6, landed in November 2022. No word on what this mission is about, but because of the Falcon Heavy, it's expected to be in a higher orbit. But nobody knows why, and we never will. A planned road and tunnel could destroy part of the Stonehenge sight, a change that would be permanent and irreversible, a court has been told. Campaigners are making a second high court bid to try and block the construction. They say the government is irrational not to listen to UNESCO's warning that the ancient monument could be put on its list of heritage sites in danger. The government has said the tunnel would reduce, that's a new word, would reduce journey times and combat traffic jams. Lawyer for Save Stonehenge World Heritage Site said building the tunnel would mark the first step being taken towards delisting and would be the direct result of the government's decision. More than 230,000 people have signed a petition against the proposals. UNESCO, which awarded World Heritage Site status to Stonehenge, has said the proposals should not proceed without amendments. Wow, how can you do this? I've looked at the map too. This tunnel, it goes right next to Stonehenge. Why would you do this? Doesn't make any sense. The first known case of its kind, a man, and his identity has not been revealed, by the way, tore a small hole in his windpipe after attempting to hold a sneeze. The odd event occurred while the man was driving his car and experiencing a bout of hay fever. He suddenly felt the overwhelming urge to sneeze, but instead of letting the sneeze loose, he stifled it by pinching his nose and closing his mouth. And that was a mistake. If during a sneeze the mouth and nose are closed, the pressure generated in the upper airways can exceed more than 20 times that which normally would build up during a sneeze. In the man's case, the pressure was so great that he tore a 0.08 inch by 0.08 inch 2 by 2 millimeter hole in his windpipe. Spontaneous tearing of the windpipe is rare, but potentially deadly. Now, this is for informational purposes only, right? And it's not meant to offer medical advice. I only play a doctor on TV, but don't pinch your nose to prevent a sneeze. Just sneeze. 2023 is not yet over, but 2023 will end up being the warmest year in recorded history, according to the European Union's Copernicus Climate Change Service, otherwise known as the C3S. Through the end of November, the global average temperature for the year is 0.13 degrees Celsius higher than for the first 11 months of 2016, which is currently the warmest year on record. Now, this year's global mean temperature so far is also 1.46 degrees Celsius above the pre-industrial average between 1850 and 1900. And finally, I'll leave you with this. An international team of researchers has discovered a giant and extremely faint stream of stars between galaxies. While streams are already known in our own galaxy and in nearby galaxies, this is the first time that a stream running between galaxies has been observed. It is the largest stream detected to date. The astronomers have published their findings in the journal Astronomy and Astrophysics. The first observations were made with astronomer Michael Rich's relatively small 70-centimeter telescope right here in California. Next, the researchers focused the 4.2-meter William Herschel telescope in La Palma, Spain on the area. After image processing, they saw an extremely faint stream of more than 10 times the length of our Milky Way. The stream is floating in the middle of the cluster environment, not associated with any galaxy in particular. The researchers have named the giant Coma stream. The discovery of the giant coma stream is remarkable because it is a rather fragile structure amid a hostile environment of mutually attracting and repelling galaxies. The coma cluster is one of the best studied clusters of the galaxies, and it contains thousands of galaxies at a distance of about 300 million light years from Earth in the direction of the northern constellation Coma Berenices. That's right. In 1933, Swiss astronomer Fritz Zwicky showed that the galaxies in the cluster move too fast if you only take the amount of visible matter into account. He figured out back then that there must be dark matter that keeps things together. That was in 1933, almost 100 years ago, and we still don't know the exact nature of dark matter. But we now see a string of stars holding two galaxies together. Apparently, things are starting to get very interesting. There you go. That's all the Fade to Black breaking news that you need for this Tuesday, December 12th, 2023. Fade to Black breaking news is produced by Renee Newman. I'm Jimmy Church. I want to remind everybody tonight on the show, back with us, Doctors JJ and Desiree Hertak are with us, and we are going to be talking about sacred sites around the world with a focus on everything between Mexico and Egypt. And that's a lot of stuff. So join us tonight on Fade to Black with JJ and Desiree Hertak. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Go Backley Tappy.